Hello there. Welcome to the How to Market Your Horse Business podcast. So glad you're joining me here today. As you've likely guessed by now, my name is Denise Alvarez. And before we dive into the meat of our episode, I will very quickly introduce myself and then we will dive right in. So, as I said, my name is Denise, and I have the blessing of helping dream-chasing entrepreneurs like yourself through my business, Storm Lily Marketing. And through that, through equine business coaching, through education like this podcast and teaching wherever I get invited to help equine business owners and entrepreneurs in the horse world. My goal, friends, is truly to help you build and grow a sustainable equine business without burning out. Now, we do that through getting clear on your goals, through getting a clear marketing strategy in place, and then systems and accountability in place to help you do that. That's the simple answer for what I get to do. And all of those things, my heart truly is to help you do more of the things that you love to do out in the arena, in the barn, behind the camera lens, at the computer, in your workshop, wherever it is you're helping horses and people in the horse world. I'm here to help you do more of those things. And today we're going to do that by way of talking specifically about marketing. So obviously on this podcast, everything is marketing related in some way. Sometimes we're talking a specific strategies. Sometimes we're talking mindset. Sometimes we're talking with fellow entrepreneurs and things that you can learn from them about building and growing your business. Today, though, we're talking specifically about how you market your business, not should you, because the truth is advertising, content, podcasting, the way you market your business, that may change over time. There are plenty of methods, and we talk about those here on the podcast. But beyond that, you guys are here because you're going, I know marketing is a non-negotiable, right? I need to be doing that. So then the question is, how do I do that? Do I do it all myself? Do I get help? Do I hire out? All of those questions. And so you've heard me talk about business coaching before, and you've heard me talk about the options. What I want to do today in this episode is help you to really determine what's right for you in your business and the season that you are in. Because believe it or not, even though I provide coaching, I am not the person that's going to stand here and tell you everyone listening to this podcast should have a business and marketing coach in their back pocket. That is actually not the case because I know I'm so grateful that many of you are in different seasons and phases and stages of both business and life. Okay. But what I want to just open your eyes to, okay, is to consider that there is a place for each of these options, which we're going to talk about, the 3 options you have for marketing your equine business. There's a place for each one. But what I want you to consider is that it's possible that if you're not in the right one for you right now, for the goals that you have for your business, it could actually be hurting your business or hampering the growth that you want. So what do I mean by that? Here's a real life example. I have a client that had a viral video before we worked together. They experienced a good amount of sales from that organic post, meaning there was no money behind it. It just went wild. They got some sales. Then what happened? They didn't have a system in place. They didn't have a sales or marketing strategy to actually stand on. So when that virality went away, they realized, wow, if we actually can focus and hone in on our marketing systems and our sales and our messaging, then we'll be ready when that virality happens. We have something in place. But beyond that, we have a way to keep our sales coming and keep the bookings coming in for service providers too. Another real life example, you guys met Amy in episode 223, and she successfully built her business using what I would say are DIY marketing methods. She was doing it herself. She filled her books. She built a successful business. So then what happened? She was ready to expand. She wanted someone to really help her craft that clear message that helps connect the services with the education. She also wanted a clear strategy around launching an online program and how to do that because it was different than the DIY marketing she had done to build her service-based business. So in those 2 scenarios, you can see that I am a fan of getting in, doing the work, and being DIY. But what I also want you to see is there's a place and a time for other ways to do it, okay? And it's possible that if you stay in DIY mode too long, then you're going to waste your time and your energy. And I don't want that for you, okay? So I know for some of you, you hear me talking about that or you see the title about DIY. And oftentimes, the first thought that people have when I talk to clients or potential clients, or I'm just in conversation in my direct messages with many of you guys, and what I see and hear as your experience is you went from DIY, do it all yourself, to hiring someone to do it for you. And so you made this big jump, but what happened was you didn't have clarity on your messaging. And so you went from DIY to paying several $100s a month to get somebody onto your social media, but they didn't have clear direction. You didn't have clear success markers. And you're thinking this is your only option. If you want help with your marketing, the clear next step is to hire someone to do it for you. And so what I want you to see today is that you have options, all right? My job is to empower you, to give you the information, to help you see your options, and then help you determine what's right for you in the season of business you're in right now. And if it's coaching, you guys know that's what I do. I would love to share more with you about Take the Reins, my one-on-one coaching program, or get you on for a clarity coaching call, which we'll talk about that in a moment. But that is not the program. That is, you need some strategy and support and you need it now. You can book that anytime. Okay, so yes, I'm going to share those things with you, but you all know, hopefully by now, or if we're new friends, you're going to learn. My heart truly is not to pressure you to do something that you're not ready for. My heart is to prepare you and equip you so that you can make the decision that's best for you in the season of your business and the season of your life that you're in now. And if you have goals to grow and to build and expand, then 100% I want you to have the information of how I could help you do that in coaching. Okay, so let's dive in. First, we're going to talk about the 3 options you have for marketing your equine business. And then I'm going to share with you the 3 ways or the 3 signs that you can know you are ready to hire a coach and to work with a coach. Okay, all right, number 1, 3 options you have. We honed in on that first one, DIY. Okay, this is a valid option. I am not sharing this to diss DIY marketing. Okay, and every entrepreneur has to be willing to do it yourself along the way, okay? Whether it's watching YouTube videos, buying that online course and digesting the material and the curriculum and doing the homework at night and on the weekends because you're doing the work for the business during the day, whether it's listening to podcasts like you are here and taking what you're learning and apply it in your business, truly, honestly, every entrepreneur in the horse space is doing a little bit or should be doing a little bit of DIY marketing. You need to have your hands dirty when it comes to marketing your business because nobody else knows it like you do. Nobody else knows the goals like you do. Nobody else knows your audience like you do. As the owner, as the entrepreneur, you've got to be willing to get in there and do the work. And that honestly is one of the beautiful things about working with horse people is because you guys know what it's like to dig in and do the work. So you're not afraid of that. But here's what often happens. You do DIY for so long that you get past the point of return. You get past the point of return. You're spending time digesting information and trying to figure it out, even though you have the resources to actually let somebody help you with it. Or you realize that you're spending your time and your energy doing these things, but you're not getting the results that you were after and you don't know why. And you don't have somebody to ask why. Help me pinpoint, why is this website not converting? Why am I not getting new leads and inquiries? Why is my social media not leading to new sales, new connections that are actually people I love to work with? When you're doing DIY, you don't have that, right? You are trying to figure it out all on your own, thus doing it yourself, right? And so that can be tricky and it can be frustrating, and you don't have to stay in that place, okay? So I want you to hear me say, I'm a fan of DIY. I think you need to be doing it and there's a place for it. But I also have seen and do believe there's a point where you need to get help and support when you're lacking the strategy. And we'll talk about that in just a bit. Okay. So we're going to talk about when you're ready for that. Okay. So please know DIY is awesome. Now, let me also touch on one other thing related to DIY. For many of you, you are using ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever it is, the tools that are AI that you are using to help you. I know many of you are saying, hey, give me a social media content schedule, give me an email, give me this, give me that, right? And you're having them write it for you. And so I just want to give you a friendly word of caution and reminder that AI can be a helpful tool when you are doing DIY, or I'll even share with you when you and I are working together in a coaching capacity. I lead my clients and help equip them and how to use it as a tool. But be very, very careful putting it in the driver's seat of your business, okay? Use the tools, but don't give away the strategist part that only you can do, only a human can do, okay? You all know it if you're using it. AI is going to tell you, great job. I'm so glad you thought of that, and lead you down a rabbit hole that you maybe did not intend to go down that has nothing to do with the goals that you've set for yourself and your business, because only you can know that, or only a coach can know that and remind you of that, okay? Okay, so that is DIY. Option number 2 that you have is done for you. Okay, so that would be you're hiring it out. Many times the first step that I hear people take is I found someone and I'm paying them $500 a month, $600 a month. Some are paying $800 a month to create content for me and schedule it for me and take care of all the social media. And that's not, again, I feel like I need to keep telling you guys this because I want you to hear my heart. These are not wrong things, okay? They are options, but they are not always the right option for you, okay? Because the reality is, especially, I see so many people giving away the reins to their social media content without having clarity on the audience, clarity on the purpose, and clarity on your brand's voice. And so what happens is you bring somebody in because you feel like this is the thing that's taking so much time from you. And then you hand it over and then you realize that's actually not giving you a strong return on your investment either, because you didn't have that clarity piece. And so you couldn't give them clear direction. And so they're just doing what they would typically do for every other client, but it's not getting you the leads that you want. It's not attracting the clients and customers that you want to work with. Okay. So done for you can be a great option. Just remember, you're still in the driver's seat. Do not hand it off completely. Now, done for you, of course, can also be websites and can be email marketing. It's not just social media. And if you've been here a while, you guys know that website design and copywriting is something I did for a long time. It's something now I only do for my coaching clients. But there's something to be said, of course, for hiring someone to do your website. I am not shaming anybody for choosing the done for you option. Maybe it's advertising and you want somebody to do your ads for you. My reminder to you here is just a coaching moment to remind you that you are still the only person who knows the goals that you have for your business. Okay. And so I don't want you to hand anything over without remembering that piece. So if you're going to invest in website design and copywriting, absolutely do it. Just make sure you're giving them the information so they build something that's aligned for you and your business. Okay. So we've got DIY, we've got done for you. And then the third option that you have is done with you. And that's what I would consider what I do with my clients. It is a done with you service. So through one-on-one coaching, I am guiding clients step by step through a framework that I've developed to help them create a cohesive marketing strategy. I'm equipping them with the tools and the templates to do it. But the reality is when it comes to implementing, that is still in the hands of you, the client. So I am there as a support. I am there as education. I am there to provide feedback and guidance, all of those things, accountability. But at the end of the day, I'm doing it with you, not for you, right? My clients are not coming into a coaching session and asking me to rewrite every word of their website. Now, what we do is audit the website together on a Zoom call. And so then we go page by page and I tell them, these are the things I would do. Here's how I would encourage you to change these things. And then they typically are in control of their website. So most of my clients are doing their website themselves, or at least updating their website themselves. So maybe they've hired someone else to do it, and then they're in there making the updates. That's what that looks like, right? I'm not logging into all of my clients' websites and taking on being the designer and the copywriter for all of my clients. However, on a call, I absolutely am specifically talking copywriting, reminding them the customer journey we've created that we're guiding people through, and then helping them to bring that to life. And then they take it and they implement it. Okay, so hopefully you can see how that's a little bit different, where you're not doing it all on your own. You're not just handing it off completely, but you have a partner together. And so that's what that looks like with coaching. So support may come in the form of copywriting help. It may come in the form of social media content creation. I have clients that will send me the Canva link for their reels or their videos and say, hey, this is what I put together. Give me your feedback on that. So support looks like me sending them a video back and saying, here are the things I would change, or this is what I would edit, and here's why. So they can learn and be equipped for the next one they create. Okay, my goal is to equip my clients in that way. It may be the same email marketing, newsletters, list building, newsletter content, launching, advertising, all those things we're talking about. But my job is really, truly to equip you and then you implement it. So done with you looks like that. Now, I've already made this very clear, but it's in my notes, so I'll say it again. Quick interruption, but we'll be back soon. You've heard me mention Take the Reins, my one-on-one coaching program for passion-driven equine entrepreneurs who want a clear marketing strategy that goes beyond chasing trends on social media. Well, I wanted you to hear what happened for one horse business owner after joining. Her name is Amy, and here's what she said. Because what I do in the equine industry is so unique, it was very hard for me to succinctly communicate that. That's why I decided to get the support and expertise I needed so I could communicate it better from a marketing perspective. Having that clarity of my mission and my vision about my business has completely changed the marketing that I do, how I show up for my customers and my clients, and it helps shape my day-to-day because it's keeping me on the correct path of truly what my why is for my business. The clarity I gained from Take the Reins has helped me go deeper and focus on what my mission and vision is to truly grow my business. Now, the focus of my time and my energy and even my finances is going to the correct things. How good is that? That's what happens when you get outside eyes on your business, strategy from someone who gets the unique nuance of marketing in the horse world, and a personalized process that's focused on your version of success. Amy was just like you, a podcast listener. Before we even connected in a coaching capacity, she listened to the podcast and she took action from what she heard and the resources she downloaded. So if you are ready to go beyond DIY like Amy and you feel like a clear marketing strategy is the missing piece that's keeping you stuck, visit stormlily.com/reins to apply for Take the Reins today. I'll be in touch personally after you apply. I am not saying any of these options are wrong. As an entrepreneur myself, I've done each one. And well, let's be honest. As a marketer, have I completely handed over the done for you? No, I haven't, because that's what I do. But I 100% have done the DIY. 100% have worked with a one-on-one coach. I 100% have purchased multiple courses and training programs to equip myself. So I understand as a business owner that you're faced with these decisions, okay? And so my goal and my job is to help you understand that each have a place in your journey. And to be honest, every one of you will probably choose one of these options at some point in your journey. And it's not necessarily linear, okay? It may be circular. And that's okay too. There may be times where you step back and say, I need to DIY this for a while. There may be times where you get support. There may be times when you hire it out, right? What I want you to know is I love some DIY. I love some hiring it out. There are great places that I have referred my clients to or my contacts to that will do those things for you. But I do always want you to start from that point of clarity. Why you're doing what you're doing, what you're working towards, what your personal definition of success is, and what that brand voice is for you. So you can bring that into your marketing, whichever direction you go. Okay. So that is one of the things we do together when you work with me as your coach, okay? And we get clear on that. So the next question naturally may be, okay, Denise, so I have a feeling I may need to shift from DIY marketing, but I'm not quite sure if getting a coach is right for me or if I should just hand it off and hire somebody. So I have three. You can see it as a checklist. You can see it as 3 signs, 3 things I want you to look at and evaluate as you determine if it's time to ditch the DIY and get a business and marketing coach. All right. So, number one, I want you to look at your strategy, or let me say it better. I want you to determine if you have a lack of strategy. If you are regularly following trends and copying what you see other people doing without clarity on how you're going to attract the right people and turn them into your clients and customers, if you're lacking strategy in that way and you're talking to everybody in your business or everybody in your marketing versus talking to a specific group of people that you're trying to reach, then I would say that is absolutely a sign that you need to get some support in this area through business coaching. Okay. Especially right now, I watched a training this morning on AI and helping your business to get found in AI, because the way people are using online search right now even is changing. And believe it or not, the very first thing that she said you need to take care of is having a clear position and messaging and not talking to everybody. So even the example she gave was cookware. She said, you're not just providing quality cookware, you are providing, oh, now I'll forget that I didn't write it down exactly how she said it, friends. I'm sorry. It's not quality cookware. It's specific to moms who are trying to do things more naturally in their home and want to get away from Teflon. Like, it was really, really specific. And so she was talking about, you've got to have that clear messaging. You've got to have that clear strategy. And I know from clients that I've talked to and from trying to do it myself, that it can be so easy to get stuck in a hole when you're trying to figure that piece out. Okay. But that is going to be the differentiator when it comes to your effective marketing. When you talk about strategy, I will tell you another real life example. I had talked to a writing school who was getting clicks on their ads. They were having great results with that, but no results were happening. Now, they didn't have a lot of data to determine that. So it could have been that the website was outdated and had unclear messaging. It also could have been that their ads were not attracting qualified leads. So those things come down to a strategy, okay? So if you are lacking that strategy, you don't know what a qualified lead would look like for your business, you don't know if what you are doing is working to get them in the door, that's where coaching comes in, okay? Where I can help you to get clear on that path, clear on your customers, clear on your messaging, clear on your version of success, so that somebody knows exactly if you are for them or not, and you get to love working with them. And the reality is, the unique thing, I'll be honest, that I provide is that understanding of both the horse world and the business world. So there are a ton of business coaches out there. I know that. You can go search for them. But if you want somebody who understands the unique piece of working in the equine space, then absolutely that's what I can do for you as well. So there's the strategy piece, okay? I want you to consider, do you have a lack of strategy? The next thing to consider is, do you have a lack of consistency in your business when it comes to your marketing? When it comes to business building, period, consistency is the name of the game, because my heart is to help you build a sustainable equine business, not just something that's here for a flash and then gone. I want to help you do what you love for the long term. And so that means you're going to need some consistency, right? Consistently showing up online, whether it is a podcast, a YouTube channel, social media, ads, whatever it is. We want consistent messaging, and then we want to be consistently showing up, right? If you're going to do email marketing, if you're collecting email addresses, and many of you are, and then you haven't emailed them in 6 months, that is not consistent, and that's not what's going to help you build your business long term. So if you're lacking that consistency, then some accountability and some strategy and systems and support around that can be the difference maker. And that's where that coaching piece comes in. Now, the last thing I want you to consider as you evaluate if you're ready for one-on-one coaching, okay? We've looked at strategy. We've looked at consistency. The last piece is that lack of accountability, okay? If you do not have someone asking you the hard questions and pushing back when you are generic in your marketing and pushing you outside of your comfort zone because you know that's where growth happens, then you're likely going to stay stuck or stagnant at the least. And that is absolutely not my heart for you. Now, I'll be honest with you, sometimes accountability looks like coaching, and sometimes accountability looks like having a business friend that holds you accountable. But let's also be honest, you're not paying your business friend. And so you better have a really good one that's going to want to hold you accountable, right? And those can exist. I have a group that I meet with every month, and I love that. Know that I'm meeting with them once a month is very helpful. It's not the same as when I work with a coach and they are proactively checking on me and saying, hey, how's this project moving along? What's your progress from the homework last time? That's where accountability comes in. So when we work together in a coaching capacity, right, I'm giving you homework. I'm giving you specific tasks to work on between our calls and then checking in with you in between those calls to keep you accountable. Okay. I'm your cheerleader 100%. I'm going to encourage you and I'm going to remind you to keep at it and not give up. Okay. So if you are lacking strategy, if you're lacking consistency and you're lacking accountability and growth and expansion is your goal for your business and building from a place of service and passion is your goal, then coaching may be the fit for you. Okay. Because the reality is one of those keys to success that we've talked about is that clarity piece. And I know for many of you listening, you're going, Denise, marketing ticks me off, or marketing is not as simple as I thought it would be. And marketing strategy, when done well and done right, actually gives you confidence. And that's my goal for you. When you have that clarity, then you have the confidence to know where you're going to go to meet the right people. You have the confidence to know what message are you putting out there into the world that attracts the right people to you and to your business. And that's exactly what we do inside of Take the Reins. So if you've listened to this far and you are still saying, Denise, I'm thinking it might be coaching, I'm not sure, I want to invite you to check out Take the Reins, okay? That is my 6-month one-on-one coaching experience built specifically for equine entrepreneurs like yourself who are ready to stop piecing together random marketing advice and having a haphazard approach to an actual strategy and instead start building something that is sustainable, a marketing system and strategy that will attract the right clients consistently so you can do more of the work that you love and do it for the long term. So if you friends have been looking for a personalized coaching experience that combines that clear strategy with hands-on support, doing it with you, then I'd love to invite you to learn more about Take the Reins. You can simply go to stormlily.com. That's stormlily.com/reins and find all of the information about what's included. Okay. It's going to answer all of your questions for you. And that first step is just to apply. And that allows us to get on a conversation together so I can hear your heart about where you are in your business, where you want to go, what's not working well, and together we can determine if coaching with me is truly a right fit for you in this season of your business. Okay, so again, go to stormlily.com/reins. You'll find all the information there. And of course, it's in the show notes. Okay, so if you also just go to stormlily.com/228 for episode 228, you'll find the highlights of this episode there for you, as well as the link to Take the Reins. Okay. Just know, guys, I am cheering for you. Whatever way, whatever method, whichever direction you choose to go with how you market your equine business, I'm so grateful you're here on the podcast so I can equip you. And I'm so grateful that you are serving the equine industry so well. You've already built something around what lights you up, the passions and skills and gifts that you have. You are serving the equine industry with those. So I love that. And again, if I can help you get those strategies, systems, and support in place so that you can grow and continue to grow without burning out, I'd love to help you do that as well inside of Take the Reins. All right. Thank you so much, friends, for joining here. Stay tuned. I have a new guest, a new friend for you to meet next week that you are going to love. I've already been talking about my interview with her inside of my other coaching calls because she shared so many good golden nuggets. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed and share with a friend so that more and more equine entrepreneurs can build and grow sustainably. That is my heart. Thanks for joining here, friends. Have an amazing day, and I hope to meet you soon on a Zoom call and get to hear more about you and your business when you apply for Take the Reins. Bye, friends.